And Kansas starts out with the quaffle and bludger. Virginia Tech did choose to have both bludgers on the beginning here. So Kansas does start the game on offense with Aaron Grant with quaffle in hand and passes over to Wing Chaser on the right side of the field. Passes far across the field towards the chaser in the back. The pass is a little bit off. The beat misses him, but that is going to be a turnover to Virginia Tech on Kansas's first drive.
Yep, I like the idea attacking the side and then going behind. Unfortunately, that pass was a little bit floated. Hopefully that was just pre-game or beginning of the game jitters and it doesn't become a pattern for Kansas.
All right, Virginia Tech moving pretty slowly. It looks as though they were able to maintain their bludger control. They have both bludgers walking up in front of the keeper, who is Justin Krieger.
Yeah, Justin Kramer in the chaser headband there with the ball.
Yes. Justin Kramer makes a move, gets beat, but does get the pass off to the keeper on the side, and that is stuffed through by number 5.
We do not have him on the roster. I think on the back of his jersey, though, it's definitely Mick something. I think it might have been McConnell. We'll see moving forward if we see his back and can read his jersey.
That is a goal for keeper number 5 on Virginia Tech. It is 10-0. Virginia Tech in the lead. They were able to maintain bludgers on that drive as well, and now the beater comes up into the top of the key, and it creates a turnover opportunity. The chaser is speeding down the outside and gets an easy, uncontested goal. That's number 77 with the goal to make it a quick 20-0 lead for Virginia Tech.
What I love there from Virginia Tech, Justin Kramer allows Kansas to step right over mid-pitch, goes for the hit. He gets the ball out, 77, sees exactly what's happening, takes it all the way themselves. And it's just great teamwork between the two chasers playing up high for Virginia Tech.
Grant really needs to slow the team down, get Kansas back into their game, because so far this has not started the way they were expecting. Bludger is on the ground rolling around. Kansas beater is able to get to it. Long pass is completed to the back behind the hoops. There's a lot of contact to the top of the Kansas Chaper's neck. There is number 23, Cable, gets the ball. It's a nice pass that is controlled by the Virginia Tech keeper, but there will be a stoppage of play for that net contact on Virginia Tech.
Yeah, right at the top of the play, already first adjustment from Kansas. They're going to beat out Justin Kramer. They're not going to let him make another hit that high up on the field. Good to see the early adjustment from a college team.
This looks like it will be a card against the Virginia Tech keeper, but the referee hasn't. Yes, it is a yellow card against number 5, which means we will get an opportunity to see number 5's name, as number 5 will be coming to the penalty box over here by the scorer's table. The keeper and one of the chasers have to exchange headbands because the team must have a keeper on at all times. All right, that is McConaughey, who is in the card. I probably mispronounced it, looks like, with the way he turned around, but we will get that correct in just a moment because one of the Virginia Tech coaches came and picked up our roster to fill it out.
Bad misbeat there from Williams on Tech.
And another misbeat. Both missed beats. Grant with a close shot. It is knocked through as the Virginia Tech new keeper, who is replaced number 5,
Kramer. He
jumped
looks comfortable in the green headband.
Jumped into the hoop. And I believe that is going to be called a card on reckless dislodgement of the hoop. It is a yellow card on Kramer. So once again, Virginia Tech will have to give over their keeper headband to another player. Now both Kramer and McConaughey are in the box. Reckless dislodgement is the call. Head referee Michael Clark Polner.
Tough call there. It is fair. I just love the phrase "let the kids play." I thought it was a really energetic play. I think he definitely got ball with his hands through the hoop, but he certainly took that hoop down.
So Kansas, with the double advantage in the chaser game, is definitely going to want to get a quick goal here.
Yep, and if they do, just McConaughey will be let out of the box, and Kramer will have to serve his full minute unless Kansas scores a second time.
So we are looking at Aaron Grant back with the ball, just a couple steps in front of the hoop. Looks like that Virginia Tech player is facing the hoop and may be a beater. I can't quite see the top of their
Claire
head.
Lawson, 77 in the green pants, I think is the best chance for a block shot here from Virginia Tech.
Green Pants over on the far side. Then the newest of the Virginia Tech keepers is going back. That is, that is just barely through for Kansas, for Cable number 23 to get Kansas onto the board, 20-10. One of the penalties does result in a score. Now Virginia Tech will try to kill the second penalty and get Kramer back out there before Kansas gets a chance for another goal.
Yep, so the strategy here is to take the quaffle up as slowly as you're legally allowed. If head referee Clark Polner decides that they are moving too slowly, he will warn Virginia Tech that they need to advance the quaffle. And if he has to warn them more than once, it could result in another penalty for Virginia Tech.
And that does seem to be a warning that Clark Polner did just give. I saw the signal for it. Clark Polner, a very experienced referee, is known as one of the closest abiders by the letter of the rule in the league. McConaughey takes the shot and is able to get it in.
Great power or penalty killing goal there from Virginia Tech. That was lost into McConaughey. And just before that play, they were able to go sub off and swap headbands with each other. So they did get McConaughey back into the green as Kramer comes out of the box with that penalty killed.
So the penalty is killed on the double penalties. It is basically an even exchange with Kansas getting 1 goal, Virginia Tech getting 1 goal. That is a total win for Virginia Tech. Grant passes to Cable on the close side of the field. Cable is looking for an opening. Back to Grant. Grant steps up, both bludgers on the ground. Grant takes a shot. It is blocked.
Sarah Munford with the block there.
Grant is able to grab the rebound and is taken down with pretty clear back contact on the Virginia Tech. I think it's Kramer again.
It was Kramer, and if that's 2 yellows this early into the game, Virginia Tech could be in big trouble.
Looks like they're trying to discuss whether that was a turn. If Kramer turned after the Kansas play, if the Kansas player turned after Kramer was already on them, then it would not be a penalty for initiating contact from behind because the player from Kansas would have had the opportunity.
And Kramer was definitely pleading his case. He still is, even though Clark Polner's back is to him. He's turning his body, saying he turned into it.
They have waved it off for exactly the reason that we were discussing.
Which is, again, a huge break for Virginia Tech. If you get 3 yellows, it is a red card. And to have Kramer with 2 yellows this early into the game would really severely affect how he's able to play the rest of the game.
Yep. Red card would mean 2 minutes in the penalty box for a different player because Kramer would be ineligible, kicked out of the game for the rest of the contest. However, that did not happen because that was a good wave off by Marco Clark Polner. Instead, Kramer takes the shot, and it is cleaned up by Cable, who tries to get away on the outside. The Virginia Tech players had a nice press defense, and the Kansas chaser brings it back to make sure that they get away from the Virginia Tech press. Virginia Tech collapses back into their zone. Kansas slows everything down. Dickey is now in at keeper, number 72 for Kansas. We're 5 minutes into the game. And that beat did hit Dickey, and this is going to be a fast break opportunity for Kramer. There is no one between Kramer and the hoops, and that is an easy transition goal off of the forced turnover on Dickey.
Veteran move there from Kramer as he picks up the quaffle. He looks ahead, sees he can run, and then turns his head behind to make sure that there are no bludgers coming at him, and was able to dunk that with no rush, no bludgers coming from behind.
Dickey walking beside his beater, communicating a little bit on the field. Choquette coming down the close side of the field, number 33. Beaters exchange in the middle. That's over to number 5, who gets it back to Choquette, number 33. That's Katie Ruiz, number 5. But unfortunately, Kansas once again loses control of the quaffle on the far side of the field, and Virginia Tech is able to clean it up on defense once again. It is still 40-10. Virginia Tech in command, still with bludger control. Kansas completely off their game.
Yep, a few plays ago, Kansas did have bludger control, and then Virginia Tech went to the pair of Kevin Florman and Tushar Patel, and since then they have been dominating the beater game in very aggressive fashion.
McConaughey taking a look, looks for, that's number 77, trying to make a cut on the back. Number 95, they're about to cross in between the hoops, but number 95 makes a stop.
Yep, Fitzpatrick calling for it on the right side.
And Fitzpatrick gets it, and Fitzpatrick gets the goal. Fitzpatrick was open for a while.
Yeah, that's a tough read there for the Kansas defense. Fitzpatrick was stationary at that hoop for a long time, and no player on the Kansas defense was able to pick him up.
This Kansas crew now down 50-10, looking for any type of opening in this Virginia Tech defense. To Choquette, far behind the hoops. He's tackled, and that is an advantage marker thrown, probably on that tackle on Choquette.
I'm not sure what could have been a foul there. Maybe launching. It was definitely from the front. But he's pleading his case with Clark Polner, but he's going to get a card here.
That will be the second yellow card on McConaughey.
So as we discussed a little bit earlier, if a player gets 3 yellow cards, they are out of the game, and a teammate has to serve 2 minutes in the penalty box no matter how many goals the other team scores. So at this point, after McConaughey subs back in, he might have to sit on the bench for a little while here so that Virginia Tech.
It is called contact from behind. It seemed a little close for a little clean on that, but that is the call on the field, and Polner saw it himself and threw that advantage marker all the way across the field. That ball is on the ground. Choquette picks it up, but is beat out immediately.
Virginia Tech bench making sure their chasers go slowly so they can kill this penalty.
Yes, slowing down. Virginia Tech wanted to take the opportunity to get a fast break once again, but they need McConaughey back out there, or most likely McConaughey to get back out there and then sub out.
Yep, and that is Sarah Munford taking the quaffle up for Tech.
That pass over to the far side is stolen by number 4 from Kansas, who the beat is missed. There is a second attempt at a beat. The second attempt at a beat is missed, and that is a good transition goal from number 4, Jack Stoll on Kansas.
Great play from Stoll there. He looked up himself, saw no one, ran, looked back, saw the beaters, slowed himself down to make sure that beat went in front of him, and was able to finish.
Yes, that was a good change in direction movement because it was a slowdown the first time.
There's
a blue card on the Virginia Tech bench.
So blue cards are a minute in the box or until the other team scores, but most notably, they do not stack. Yes. Getting a blue card does not put you at risk of getting a red card later in the game.
Yes, so the terminology, as we've been talking about with the yellow cards, that is stacking. Blue cards, you could get 15, 20, and you don't want to do that because you're not in the game, but at least you won't be thrown out.
So the call here is delay of game, and the reason for that is in Quidditch, when a team scores a goal, the other team's keeper needs to touch it to make the quaffle live, and so that must happen. Virginia Tech there, their keeper tried to sub off the pitch while the ball was dead, and therefore it is a delay of game penalty.
And now McConaughey is coming off the field. There is a new keeper, looks like number 9 coming in for Virginia Tech, and a new beater, number 78, coming in for Virginia Tech.
Number 9 there being Drew Hopkins, and 78 being Sean Maloney.
Right. Sean Maloney, one of the really experienced players on the Virginia Tech roster.
And most notably listed as a chaser in the roster that Tech filled out for us here, so this might be a little bit of out-of-position play for him.
All right, that quaffle winds up on the ground. There's a lot of hard contact on Virginia Tech.
Clark Polner there was calling it should have been blue quaffle because the Tech player threw after they'd been beat. There's not going to be a penalty here. It's just Kansas ball.
All right, so the quaffle has been turned over to Kansas number 4. Passes it back in to Dickey, still on the field at keeper.
Maloney, a bad missed beat, although he is able to recover from that mistake.
All right. Kansas chaser in the far.
Fitzpatrick back into the game for Tech, penalty killed.
It's a good penalty kill. That is a attempt to just knock the ball back to anybody as Choquette was in a dangerous position, but the Virginia Tech keeper is able to snipe it out of the air and keep any of the nice little tap-in possibilities from happening. It is still 50-20 with Virginia Tech in the lead.
And Kramer subs back into the game after he gave himself a little bit of a rest.
Kramer has both of those bludgers directly in front of him. The point defender tried to come up on Kramer, but is beat. Kramer is trying to make a move around 3 or 4 of these Kansas defenders. Does make a move around Dickey, and Dickey is beat. And Kramer is able to get the goal. That is 60-20, Virginia Tech with the lead.
I think here if Kansas doesn't score, they need to think about calling a timeout. Down 4 is one thing. If they score here down 3, that's not so bad. But if they go put themselves at risk of going down 5, this game could get out of hand quickly. And I believe the table just told us it's the 10-minute mark in this game.
Right. Kansas keeper Dickey is still looking for an opening. Tries to hit Grant, who's in at Chaser out on the far side. Makes a pass across the field to Choquette, but that goes too far and goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. Virginia Tech is able to clean it up once again. That passing game is just not quite crisp enough for Kansas so far in the early going.
Nope, and the Tech beaters have been very quick to get onto some of these passes as James Williams subs into the game for Patel.
Virginia Tech beaters maintain supremacy here. They are walking up once again. They have had bludger control in this game for all but maybe 2 drives. And that Kansas beater played for a while after being beat. Kramer with a shot. Kramer's shot is initially called good by head ref Michael Clark-Polner, but now he's looking to bring in the assistant referees. I think the assistant referees are calling it off. So we're going to have a conversation to see whether that shot by Kramer went in or was just wide.
Yep, so good shot there from Kramer. He did have both Munford and Steffen available at that near side hoop to us, who they could have passed to.
The goal was just wide. I think they were saying that it was deflected off of the hoop and out. We're at 11-12 in the game. Aaron Grant has the quaffle at the far side of the pitch.
That's a good stop from Kansas, but here's where I'd think about calling a timeout. It doesn't look like they're going to do so, however.
60-20. I think they want to get another goal on the board. They really need to work on figuring out what to do to get at least engage these 2 beaters, which they did do. The free beater on that play was able to knock the bludger out of the possession of one of the Virginia Tech beaters to give Kansas a chance, but Grant's shot is immediately sniped by Kramer and number 20 on Virginia Tech, both combining to get it. The keeper, just barely out of the keeper zone, is taken down, but that did not cause a turnover.
A good dodge there from number 7, Zach Lyon, on Kansas, but then he unfortunately missed his beat on Maloney. It was a chance to get control back that was missed by Kansas.
Kramer looking for an opening once again, makes a move around Grant, makes a pass off to number 9 on the far side.
Clark-Polner talking to Kramer, who is also the Virginia Tech coach.
This could be this is going to be a penalty. Kramer passed it off to Hopkins on the far side, who put it through, but instead is getting a yellow card on this play. This will be Kramer's 2nd yellow card of the game.
So the call here is that Kramer used his beater teammate Maloney as a pick, which would mean that he was being marked by a defensive Kansas chaser or keeper, and went immediately behind his teammate so that the Kansas defender ran into Maloney.
Yes.
There
is no goal. The goal is wiped off because that becomes Kansas's ball at the moment of the foul. That is unfortunate for Virginia Tech. If Kansas is going to get back in this game, they really need to do it now. I would say they want to take this opportunity, get a goal here, get back on defense, get a stop, and then take that timeout that you were discussing.
Yeah, Virginia Tech now has 2 starters sitting on 2 yellow cards in this game.
Yes. That is 2 key starters for Virginia Tech as well. This is a hard pass behind the hoops from Kansas. That pass has not been real crisp for them all day, and number 14 had a beater right on her. She was unable to make any type of move, and immediately the ball is turned back over to Virginia Tech, and they will be able to once again kill the penalty.
Yep, great beat there from Williams.
Assistant referee is calling for time. Kramer still talking up his team from the sidelines. Hopkins looking to do it himself this time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Good beat from Maloney.
4,
Hopkins waiting to make that pass until Kramer gets back in. And finally does. Over to Stefan, number 20. Who gets it back across. Number 77 makes the connection, tries to get back to Hopkins, but Hopkins is taken down. 77 is able to clean it up, get a nice pass over to the middle. 20 taken down very hard. Holding her head, seems to be okay. She's getting up slowly. And now Kramer comes away with the ball, but the assistant referee has signaled on a foul against Virginia Tech again.
So that is Maloney, the beater from Virginia Tech. I've been watching him a lot this game. As I said, when he subbed in, he's actually listed on the roster as a chaser, and he's made he's had a number of missed beats that were a little bit too aggressive in my opinion, and it might be that kind of lack of experience in the beater position. He's been able to make up for it with some athleticism, but it looks like it finally catches up with him, and that is going to be an illegal dive, meaning that he dove at a ball kind of into the feet of another player, putting them at risk of injury.
And number 20, who did hit their head on the ground during that play, is coming off while this stoppage is happening. That is Sarah Stefan. Muna, number 44, is coming in for Stefan. Clark Polner is asking whether Stefan was on broom, I believe. And Stefan was on broom. Yes. Oh, yes.
And now I believe Clark Polner is talking to Kramer in his capacity as head coach, not in his capacity as a chaser on the field.
Yes. Kramer now trying to get back on defense. Grant has a nice lane. Kramer is able to slow him down, but not enough to stop the goal from happening. That makes it 60-30. Kansas is able to get a goal on the power play this time. And now Cable is coming back in at keeper.
Right, beaters cannot score goals, but definitely give the assist there to the beater who ran with the fast break. Have not been able to see her number. She beat out Kramer. As we know, he's great at making hits, and I think that's really what allowed for that goal to happen.
Hopkins looking for one of these chasers to make a move. Number 77 on the far side gets it to number 87 behind the hoops.
Yep, that was Lawson with the pass over to Ben Majors.
And Virginia Tech has the Bludgers back, which they had lost when the beater penalty happened. So that transition, that was a short-lived Bludger control only for the penalty for Kansas. And now Virginia Tech is back where they have been for this entire game, with both of their Bludgers in the hands of their beaters, camped out in front of their hoops. Grant makes a long pass behind. Number 4 is able to get it over to the corner to number 44. The beat is missed. Number 44 gets it back to Grant.
Block shot there as the beat comes through. Kansas is able to recover the ball. Gets it over to Grant, who is timely beat there by Williams.
And it's cleaned up by Virginia Tech. Hopkins is going to have a fast break. I don't see any Bludgers on the field.
Oh, one
that
coming
is
from
87
behind.
from behind is missed. 87 does get taken down by the chaser defense. That as number 4 came over the back while...
Yep, Jack Stoll with a clean initial hit, but then coming over the top once Hopkins was on the ground there. And an unfortunate misbeat from Lyons, who had come back in from retrieving a bludger out of bounds towards the near side of the field as you see it.
I do think that is number 87, Ben Majors, who is on the ground. And yes, this is going to
Ben
be
Majors, not Hopkins.
Stoll coming to the box due to that contact.
And we are at 15 minutes in this game. There will be a stoppage at 20 minutes before the snitch comes onto the field.
All right, Kramer having another conversation with Michael Clark Polner. All right, so right here we have Virginia Tech on the power play. What do you think Hopkins should be doing, Hopkins and Majors should be doing to get that ball out?
Reset it to point.
Horror goes straight into Aaron Grant.
Which he does. He tried to drive and then reset it to point to Lawson.
That bounces off the crossbar and in for a goal for, was that Hopkins?
It was Hopkins. Good play there for Virginia Tech. The reason I had said cut it out up top is because there were 3 players all right around Hopkins, or rather Ben Majors there, but eventually they are able to do that.
by making 2 passes there, Majors was able to get it over to the far side and then back to Hopkins for a pretty easy goal. And that is another good beat by this just dominant Virginia Tech bludger control area. And the Hopkins comes away with the quaffle. There are still no bludgers back for Kansas. One does get into the game, and Hopkins takes a pretty long and probably ill-advised shot.
Yeah, bad shot there from Hopkins. And to Virginia Tech's credit, I think that's the first time all game we've said bad offensive possession. Did not need to rush there. He had beaters in front of him. He did not have his teammates in front of them. Easily could have slowed that one up and set up a better offensive look there.
All right, Grant wants one more play before coming off to the bench. Kansas now down 70-30, still looking to make something happen because this Virginia Tech defense has just been stout. And that was not an intention. Oh, that beat missed Cable's feet just barely, but the shot also goes wide and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Floorman with 2 pretty bad missed beats there back to back, but he is able to use his athleticism to maintain his bludger, and his chasers bailed him out in terms of the defensive stand.
All right, Virginia Tech 70-30. We're closing in on the 20-minute mark. It's at 17 minutes now. So there's just a couple more possessions here. Kansas really needs to make a stop, hold Virginia Tech down, get at least one more goal on the board before the break. McConaughey back in the game at keeper for Virginia Tech despite his 2 yellow cards, something to keep an eye on. McConaughey passes over to number 79. Number 79 is not able to maintain it. Cable gets the ball instead. The beat does miss, and it looks like a Kansas player is able to pick it up.
Yeah, and 79 is Sarah Munford.
Sarah Munford, the chaser for Virginia Tech. Choquette now looking to make something happen with Dickey on the wing.
Yep, Dickey just subbing in at keeper.
Bludger on the ground, not in play. This gets over to Dickey on the far side, tries to get it into the short hoop and is unable to. Kansas player takes down the Virginia Tech chaser who was covering the ball, and it is going to be yet another call.
Another scrum here. Does look like the foul will be on Jack Stoll.
And that will be the second yellow card on Jack Stoll.
2 quick yellows for Stoll. So now
charging is legal in Quidditch, but charging with a single point of the body, such as leading with one part of your shoulder, leading with an elbow, something like that is not legal, and that is what the call is on Jackson Stoll. No, it was a single point.
So Virginia Tech does have the ball here. It is in the hands of keeper McConaughey.
Yes, the foul on the Kansas player means an automatic turnover of the quaffle. Yes. McConaughey is looking to make something happen. Virginia Tech could play it pretty slow and get us all the way to the 20-minute mark. If not, there's probably one more Kansas possession.
If I'm Virginia Tech, I play my game. They've been scoring at will all day. I don't think they should change their game here.
30 seconds on the penalty. That is a pass over into the corner. The player is taken down hard, but that is just good physical play from the Kansas defense. Very, very good play from the Kansas defense. Holds Virginia Tech. Kansas will be able to kill the rest of the penalty. And then we have just 10 seconds left on the penalty. We have just a few seconds, probably 30, 45 left before, 1 minute left in the half.
That was a great takedown from Dickey, the Kansas keeper, on Ben Majors.
So Kansas has their timeout right now.
So this is a tactic we often see in college Quidditch, calling the timeout very slightly before the 20-minute mark to make sure that all the players on the field know who they want subbed on at the 20-minute mark, knowing what they want to do on this offensive possession. it is a likely outcome that Kansas will focus more on trying to win bludger control in the next 45 or 50 seconds instead of focusing on scoring a goal because bludger control can be so valuable during the snitch on pitch period.
And I will say, despite the fact that it has felt like Virginia Tech has had command of this game and has had command in the bludger game for the entire duration, it is still only 70-30. That is a 4-goal deficit, a snitch catch, 1 goal, and Kansas is back in the lead.
Yep, so huge offensive possession here from Kansas. If they can get the goal and get control, they've put themselves in a great spot for a comeback.
Timeouts in Quidditch, only 1 minute, so it's a quick time to get a little conversation in. Michael Clark-Polner getting the teams back onto the field. Kansas pumping themselves up, which is another good move. They need to get their mental headspace right for the rest of this game because, as we said, they are still right in this. It just feels like it's been a dominant game from Virginia Tech.
And I think with that feeling, it's important to remember, if Kansas is able to score and maybe make a quick snitch catch, it would be very easy for Virginia Tech to become deflated from having felt like they've dominated the whole game to maybe being tied or just up by 1 goal.
All right. We have remounted. Choquette looking for Bannister, number 14 on this side, who takes it straight to the hoop. That was a really nice,
great play there. Great play there from Katie Bannister.
Katie Bannister just number 14.
Brandstetter. Apologies, Katie.
It's my attempt to read jerseys. A little bit problematic.
20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds, so this will be the last possession, but Kansas getting that goal on the board. It is currently 70-40. They make a stop here. They are in good position going in to the 20-minute mark.
And notably, Kramer is back into the game, even though he's sitting on 2 yellow cards.
And that shot from Kramer goes straight through. However, it comes before the 20-minute mark. I think that ball was just barely on the ground. Yes. Probably if that goal referee had not picked up that ball, then Kansas may have had time for 1 more possession there. But we'll never know.
I'm not so sure. I think that was going to be a dead ball at 20 minutes the whole way. So, great offensive possession there out of the timeout from Kansas. Katie Brandstetter with a very nice-looking goal. Then, unfortunately, though, they're unable to get the stop going the other way, so they are going to be down 40 as the snitch comes onto the pitch, and they're still going to be without bludger control.
I would like to say here as we are at our 20-minute break that our 20-minute break and our entire live stream setup is brought to us by Hit Your Mark Productions. And we want to say that our sponsor for this is VC Ultimate. Has wonderful Quidditch merchandise. Love the logo and branding for Quidditch Cup 2022. If you are here on site, then definitely go over and check out their tent. And if you are watching us online on Twitch, then please go to US Quidditch Cup shop or to the VC Ultimate website. You have lots of tremendous merchandise to look for. Any of your Quidditch needs can be taken care of. With that said, we are now at the 20-minute mark. That means that we have a set score that is going to be 70 points above the leading team at this moment. The leading team, as we've discussed, is Virginia Tech. So the set score is going to be 150. Now, there's a couple different things that also change at this point in the game. We have the snitch runner coming into the game. You can see the snitch runner in the green tank top with the yellow shorts coming out into the middle of the field right now, speaking to head referee Michael Clark-Polner. The snitch ball, as you can see hanging from the back of the snitch shorts there, is worth 35 points to either seeker that can catch that ball. That 35 points will be part of that 70 points needed to hit the set score. And otherwise, every goal is still 10 points as it is previously. The first team to get to 150 will win this game. Either team can get there. What do you think that Kansas needs to do to make their way to 150?
I think Kansas needs to keep their bludgers in the quaffle game and hope that they get a quick catch here from Kate Ruiz. Drew Hopkins, the starting seeker for Tech.
All right, so Dickey takes a pass far across the field. You can see the seekers in the middle. I'm going to continue to call the chaser play with the quaffle, and that is a dominant drive from Choquette on the far side of the pitch, throwing the quaffle through the medium-sized hoop to get Kansas a 5th goal. It
Great.
is now 80-50.
Great individual effort there from Choquette. He was able to get past Tech's 2 best physical defenders, Kramer and McConaughey.
Kramer and McConaughey both working with 2 yellow cards, both on the field right now together.
Yep, I think Tech is now going to let this ride out to the rest of the game and just risk a red card.
Oh, that was close to a catch from Virginia Tech right there. Hand was on the ball. All right, Kramer to McConaughey, and is called beat before. And so Dickey is able to pick it up, clean up for Kansas. Kansas looking to make this a really close game. The beat is hit. There is no Kansas chaser near the ball. Kramer picks it up in the clear towards the short hoop and throws it through. That was sloppy play from Kansas.
It was. Good effort there from Dickey after he failed to dodge the beat. Kramer was able to finish the contact, though.
It is now 90 Virginia Tech, 50 Kansas, with that set score still 150. All right. Both seekers were close on the snitch there as Kansas tries to go around those defenders and get the ball into the middle-sized hoop. Now there is another scrum on the ball. That was Dickey who missed the shot. There are 3 Kansas defenders and 1 Virginia Tech, 2 Virginia Tech defenders, and a scrum on the far side of the field.
One of the interesting things, though, about snitch on pitch is down on those Virginia Tech defensive hoops, that was the Kansas beater cleaning up that pile with both of Tech's beaters over in the snitch game. Of course, the keeper for Virginia Tech cannot be beat in his own zone.
Essentially, this card is a blue card on Kramer, playing after beat, but did not impact play.
Yes, I held my breath there.
Yes. Playing after beat on Kramer, number 1, leads to a Kansas pass, goes, and then the pass almost rolled.
Yeah, that was a little lackadaisical for my taste from Choquette.
Choquette does get that 6th goal for Kansas. It is now 90-60. And Kramer is back on the pitch.
Ava Chavez-Ruiz in to seek for Kansas.
It looks like Hopkins in at seeker for Virginia Tech.
Yep, he has not taken a sub yet since he's coming to start seeking at the 20-minute mark.
Another almost catch from Hopkins as well. As Kramer surveys the field, looking to make something happen once again. McConaughey, his best outlet, is on the far left.
Tech beaters back into the Quaffle game to try to win control back.
Also noting that Kansas does have both bludgers, and both bludgers are in the Quaffle game. There is a advantage marker thrown. This looks like it's going to be Virginia Tech getting the ball back after this transition play.
Lawson takes a tough hit there, does get the ball out though.
That is a really tough hit on Lawson, but Lawson, and this is also going to be a penalty on the far side of the field.
Yep, I believe Clark Polner called it dead there after the advantage just because there was a loose ball on the ground. It was not clear which team was going to be able to recover. Although Kramer's currently standing with the quaff on his hand. We'll see if that's actually how this plays out.
Clark Polner shows the yellow to one of the Kansas chasers. That is contact from behind. Remembering that that contact was on the far side of the field. So the advantage marker has been thrown over by where McConaughey is now.
Kramer
and they are
goes
moving
over to the spot but forgets the quaffle and his broom.
And so Kramer is moving all the way back to the far side of the field. And Kramer gets to move, but no other players move. So the entire defense was moved to this side where the play happened. This is a key thing about the way advantage works in Quidditch. It does give Kramer some more options than Kramer would have had Kramer been over here on the close side of the field.
Clark Polner now explaining why Kramer has been put over there, but no one from Kansas is allowed to move. And just a quick note, it is Jaden Lee, number 12, with the foul here.
Keep in mind, again, set score is 150. Virginia Tech has 90. Kansas has 60. If there is a snitch catch, that would be 35. So Kansas really right in this game.
Yep, and I believe Kate Brandstetter over...
But Kramer is able to get the lead. Lee, go in.
Yeah, Brandstetter was the only option for defense there from Kansas. Unfortunately, she's not able to make the stop, and Kramer gets an easy shot there.
It is now 100-60. Virginia Tech in the lead with a set score of 150. Kansas, Choquette trying to make things happen on his own, goes through 3 different defenders. The hoop does come down, but the ball does go through the hoop first.
I think
Clark Pollner is going to have conversation about whether this hoop was...
Very interestingly, I think the hoop was off the post when the ball went through. I also think the hoop was actually...
All right,
Okay.
he does call it before the hoop comes off the
Yes.
pole. If the hoop is considered disassembled, I'm going to call it, then it is not scoreable. But as long as it is still together, you can get it through there, even if it's coming down.
A great call there from Kansas, able to find some offensive success here after the 20-minute mark.
And now it is 100-70 with a set score still at 150.
And Ye Gong Li into the game, seeking for Kansas now, their 3rd seeker so far.
Virginia Tech does have bludger superiority again, following Kramer down the pitch. Going to try to take out some of these Kansas point defenders, beaters, all kinds of people between Kramer and the hoops. Kramer does take a shot. That shot is knocked down, picked up by Choquette. Choquette on the outside has both McConaughey and Kramer around him. He nicely stops, throws it across to Jaden Lee. Jaden Lee to the top of the high hoop and gets it through. That is a really nice transition goal from Kansas.
And that is how you run fast breaks as a team. Jaden Lee way up the pitch, and Choquette was just able to pass instead of needing to fight through contact. I will note Ben Majors is also in as seeker for Tech.
And that is 100-80. Virginia Tech is still in the lead. The set score 150. Again, either team gets to 150, they will win.
So number 5 here, Shane McConaughey, is subbing off for an injury, which with sitting on 2 yellows, I don't think it's a serious injury at all. I think that's a pretty big benefit. And now Sean Maloney, who was beating earlier today, is now in at keeper. Again, he's listed as a chaser on this roster, and that's the only position we haven't seen him in so far, that and seeking.
All right, Virginia Tech, Maloney with the quaffle, following 2 beaters. Young Lee playing more of a defensive seeking. Kramer's taking this pretty slow, just looking for a nice break from Maloney on the far side. Oh, that's the close side.
Yep, the near side. And Lawson behind.
Does hit Maloney on the near side.
He's got Lawson and Kramer.
Kramer steps up back to Maloney. Maloney takes the shot and hits it through the medium goal. That was nice ball movement. They looked until they got their spot, and then they took it. That is 110-80, Virginia Tech in the lead.
And great use of the beaters. The Virginia Tech beating out Kansas' point defender allowed Kramer to make that drive. Mooney there losing control for Tech.
Cable in at keeper now for Kansas.
That was Lyon who made the beat for Kansas.
Cable trying to take it himself. Takes a shot. It's called no good. That shot from the Kansas chaser who was behind.
I believe that was Jaden Lee.
Jaden Lee. It was definitely Jaden Lee. That does make it 110-90. Kansas only down by 2 goals. So still anyone's game, and there are still 4 goals for Virginia Tech to hit that set score.
Kansas really has figured out how to score here. Now, though, they need to figure out how to get some stops, because if they keep trading goals like this, they will lose the game.
Yes. At this point, Virginia Tech was able to get those bludgers back. And Kramer is once again looking to make something happen.
Muna now in to seek for Virginia Tech.
Pass to Maloney. This is the same look they had last time. Back to Kramer. And back to Maloney. Maloney is marked this time much closer, so Maloney is not able to get that close shot. Has to make it more physical. Hits off the beater's hands.
Yeah, Maloney threw it to his beater teammate Patel, and
that winds up as good of a stop as any other. So stop for the, oh, that's a nice, oh, that snipe beat hits, I think that's number 25?
Waved off from Clark Pollner. I think he's saying that the Kansas chaser tapped that ball after she had been beat.
Yeah, it definitely hit her in the feet.
I believe that was number 5, Kate Ruiz.
Is that 5? Yes. Yes, that is definitely Ruiz.
Lawson in the green pants on the far side with the quaffle.
Still 110-90. Virginia Tech looking to make something happen with their offense here. Kansas been pretty stout for the entirety of the Seeker game.
Mumford looking wide open on the near side hoop.
Kramer to Maloney. Maloney makes a step, gets it over behind the hoops.
A whole lot of beater play there, but there's a run. Oh, and a great beat there on number 4, Jack Stoll in the head.
There is a stoppage of play for, I think, for the potential injury on the Kansas beater.
Yep, that's Audrey Mockenhaupt. She seems okay, though. She's laughing with her coach here on the near sideline. So I think after we were talking about both of these teams trading goals, they've now both been able to stop each other a few times in a row, and I think it's because both teams got very excited and started playing a little bit too quickly, taking some chances maybe they shouldn't have.
Yep, 110-90, set score 150. I believe you're right. There have been a lot more risky plays from both sides in the last 3 drives. All right, the referees have decided there was no foul on the play. And so as we mentioned, the score still Virginia Tech 110, Kansas 90, set score 150. Either team hits 150, they win. Snitch has not been particularly close to getting caught in quite a while. I think both teams have become much more confident in trying to play this out in the quaffle game.
I think that's a very interesting decision from Kansas, who's been trailing in quaffle points the whole game, and obviously being able to take the lead with a snitch catch would be a huge boost to their team.
Kramer with the quaffle underneath the Virginia Tech hoops. Once again, walking up with Maloney, with Munford, and Lawson still on the field. That shot is blocked by Cable and a keeper for Kansas. And that is another stop from Kansas. And this time there are no bludgers back. Cable taking it hard, gets it across. That is knocked through.
Another great fast break play from Kansas. As we said, if you run with the ball carrier, give them an option so they don't have to fight through contact. It'll be an easy goal every time. Yes. And that's Grant with the finish.
Yes, that was Grant with the finish off of the nice pass from Cable.
Kansas is also able to maintain control here as Virginia Tech calls a timeout.
That was a necessary timeout for Virginia Tech because Kansas is now right here. 110 to 100. 150 is the set score.
Interesting sub here from Kansas. Katie Brandstetter, whose name we've said a bunch of times in the quaffle game, has actually subbed in as a beater, and Kansas is maintaining control. And I think on their last stop against Virginia Tech, I want to give her major props. She never threw her bludger, but I think she was a big reason that stop occurred. She threatened Kramer, forced him to have kind of a bad pass, or shot rather, that was blocked by Cable, and that is what allowed Kansas to have the stop there.
Particularly with Kansas, once they lose bludger control, have had such difficulty getting it back. Being able to make those stops without releasing that bludger, changing the position of Virginia Tech players without letting anything go, without giving up that opportunity, is an essential part of them keeping themselves in this game. And now it is definitely anyone's game as we look forward.
Yes, and I'm very interested to see if either team coming out of this timeout elects to catch the snitch. Both teams are now so close to the set score, a snitch catch could all but ensure a victory if you catch and only need 1 or 2 more goals, and the other team is still sitting at needing about 4 more.
Then part of that consideration is also, if one of the teams decides to do that, the other team will have to match.
Or if that changes the equation in the quaffle or beater game, the other team might be able to go on a quick 2 or 3 goal run. So it is a kind of a risky proposition. It's going to depend on how these teams feel in their confidence level in their seekers as well as in their quaffle play if they don't have bludger support.
This is now Maloney carrying the quaffle for Virginia Tech. Has Munford coming up here on the near side, Kramer on the far side. This is to Munford. Munford is taken down. And all of the Kansas team is on top of Munford, and it's Stoll who comes out with the quaffle and is making an uncontested run straight for the hoops, but it's taken down Kramer with a great stop. But Cable is able to pick it up, get it across to Grant, and Grant gets it in. Nice cleanup from Cable.
That is not how you wanted to come out of your timeout if you are Virginia Tech.
That is tied at 110.
Thought play had been stopped, and it had not, and that mental error is going to cost Virginia Tech bludger control, I believe, unless Clark Polney takes pity on her. Although Floorman is now right here and could easily beat her if not.
Looks like there is no pity. There is no pity in MCP.
So that is going to be an unfortunate mental mistake from Brandstetter, and it is going to give Virginia Tech control here.
Yes, the score is 110-110. Set score 150. Teams are tied. Virginia Tech does have the quaffle and bludger control again. Kramer, Munford on the near side, Maloney on the far side. That is a nice tackle by Grant. Kramer goes down, and then Kansas smartly brings the ball back because there was nothing but Virginia Tech defenders on the far side of the field. That's back to Grant. Grant is looking for an opening. He has Ruiz. Ruiz is beat, and Kramer picks it up. For some reason, everybody stopped, and Kramer is able to get a nice clear opening to that short hoop and takes it. I don't understand why the Kansas defense, instead of running back on D, stopped as if there was a stoppage of play.
Yep, there seems to be a lot of mental fatigue setting in both ways.
And the same thing just happens here. Cable takes it coast to coast for a goal. It is 120-120.
And again, we do want to remind you, if these teams keep trading goals, Virginia Tech will win.
Because Virginia
Tech
is
1-1.
going to get 150 first if they get a goal every time.
There's a stoppage here for a beater play on the very far right side of the pitch. I'm not sure if it was in the camera shot. There's Floorman from Tech is down here with both Kansas beaters. I'm not sure what the call is or which team the penalty might be on.
It's a just very direct conversation between the refs on the far side.
So this could be a very crucial call. Having a beater in the penalty box means that the other team is going to have bludger control.
And this is number 37 on Virginia Tech.
That is Floorman.
Yes.
Lifting
an opponent. It is 120-120.
Huge penalty kill here from Virginia Tech. Kansas is now going to have bludger control. If they can get Patel's bludger on the ground, and it's a quaffle turnover.
Yes, this changes the math that we were just talking about. Now it's Kansas if everyone gets a goal every time that would take the win.
Yes, it is. That is a huge penalty here. We'll see if Kansas is able to capitalize on it. If they do, it will be their first lead, possibly in this whole game.
Grant. Looking at Choquette on this close side. Ruiz close behind Choquette. Both chasers on the same side of the field. It looks like that's Choquette now with the quaffle, goes through the Virginia Tech defense and gets it through. That is the first lead of the game from Kansas, 130-120, set score 150.
This is a huge comeback from Kansas. Grant there was able to take the hit from Kramer and still get the ball out, which led to that goal.
Branister taken back to their zone. Kramer looking for an opening.
And of course, on that goal, Virginia Tech does get Floorman back into the game.
Got Claire Lawson on the close side and Maloney on the far side. Kramer is able to get the ball out to Maloney at the very last second, but that pass is too low. Maloney is not able to pick it up, and this pass across to Grant is over his head. It's gonna go. Oh, Grant is just barely not able to get it. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Virginia Tech's ball.
On that last defensive stand, Brandstetter also lost bludger control. She had a missed beat on Kramer. Virginia Tech was able to pick up her ball, so Tech does have control here.
Munford, number 79, cleans up, gives it to Maloney, who finally does come out of the game. That was a long, really good chef from Maloney at keeper.
And back into McConaughey, who is sitting on those 2 yellows. Although at this point in the game, I'm sure Virginia Tech is willing to make that risk.
Yes, more important for them to keep Kansas off the board.
Come on, KU, we're right there.
Kramer following up both beaters once again. Goes directly into his beater, kind of stops him,
Great
does
block there
affect.
from
That is
Cable.
a great block by Cable. Cable comes down with the quaffle, slows things down, wants to take this smart. Kansas already with a 130 to 120 lead. Again, 150 is the set score. A goal here would put Kansas in a dominant position.
It sure would. To only need 1 goal and your opponent to still need 3 would be a huge advantage.
Choquette gets a
He
beat.
gets beat. That was a silly mistake there. Ran into Kramer and a beater.
And now McConaughey running with Kramer in the middle. A pass out to Kramer right here is what I would do, and it does happen. It is a pass to Kramer, who goes directly through the top hoop. That McConaughey to Kramer connection really still working for
Cable
Virginia Tech.
did not see Florman there and got beat. Whoa, Florman there gets tripped. No call. Incidental
Choquette is
contact.
able to get the quaffle and get it back on Kansas's side, but is beat with a snipe beat in the middle. It looks like there is going to be a call against Kansas from one of the assistant referees.
Florman extremely aggressive there and then ended up on the ground with a Kansas beater fighting for a bludger, and that is where the call is going to be. And is this going to be Florman's second
Is this
yellow in a
Florman?
matter
Yes,
of
this
minutes?
is Florman. Okay, the way the assistant referee was pointing made me think it was going to be a Kansas card, but it's definitely Florman.
Contact from behind, and again, crucially, that is Florman's second yellow in a matter of seconds, and Virginia Tech cannot afford for him to get a 3rd card and to have a red card on a beater. That would be a devastating way to try to finish this game.
And Florman getting that card means that it will once again be Kansas's quaffle.
And Kansas's bludger control.
Yes, that is turnover of both the quaffle and the bludgers. You see there is a bludger sitting down by the hoops on this side.
So
Kansas
no bludgers
with a
here on
good look.
defense for Tech.
Grant on the far side of the field looks for an opening, goes around 3 defenders, coming toward that short hoop and gets it through. That puts it at 140 Kansas.
Kansas is coaching
Goal
flooring
away.
Cable to pick up his broom and get back to play defense. And he actually is subbing out for Dickey as well. Kramer
that's
no
all right.
good on the shot, and Dickey is able to pick it up.
All right, this is goal to win for Kansas.
Kansas is making a beater sub. Tao is now in. A set they wanted, I'm sure, to blow up the defense.
Dickey all the way towards the hoop, does not go in, but Kansas cleans it up on the far side. Ruiz is the closest person to the quaffle. Ruiz stays in bounds, gets the pass off. That is touched by McConaughey. It is Choquette. Choquette gets the goal. Choquette.
A
It is
dominant.
good. That is good. Kansas with the 150 with the win.
Kansas with the win. A dominant comeback. Their first lead in this game, I think, was 120-110 with a set score of 140. That is an amazing comeback and a really unfortunate defeat for an extremely aggressive and talented Virginia Tech team.
Yes, so the score, 150 Kansas, 130 Virginia Tech. That was quite the comeback from this Kansas team. Valiant effort from Virginia Tech, who led for most of the game, but Kansas was able to really reach down deep and pull out a really impressive win. And now Kansas will be facing Creighton, the #1 seed in the bracket at US Quidditch Cup 2022.
And a fellow Midwest team who they did see at Midwest Regionals.
All right, this has been Clay Dockery with
Keegan Remy Miller.
And we have enjoyed being here with you for this game, and we hope that you will join us for the next game here on Pitch 1 with the matchup to be determined very soon.